What's up, guys? Blackout and Whiteout here, bringing you episode 3 of Alice and Zouroku on Blast. Joining me today, like always, good old Whiteout, and I must say
Yeah, boy.
that this episode was definitely changed the tone of the show. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, remember last week when I said I'm so glad we have this to like counteract Attack on Titan, and then it goes ahead and does this. So now let me rephrase what I said last week. I'm so glad that we have Soccer Quest to counteract this.
Yeah. Sakura Quest is like our only lighthearted show, I guess. I mean, in My Hero Academia, like you can't.
Yeah,
It's competition, so it's not like Sakura Quest in any way, you know. Uh,
yeah. This is this was interesting because last week we got all like happiness, and we knew there were some dark undertones, but this one, I guess, like this is the studio telling us here's the plot, and it's not happy. So I'm definitely interested in what's to come now.
oh yeah. I liked. It was definitely a, it was a quick turn. I mean, the first you go from like the first episode where it was like half and half, second episode all cutesy, third episode it went half and half. So I'm kind of hoping that the fourth episode is really really dark. Um, I don't know. And
Yeah.
what did you think about? Because we learned a lot about Minnie C in this episode. What did you think of her whole backstory and all that?
Yeah, so I'm glad we got her backstory. It definitely it definitely shows why she is doing what she's doing. I think that she's more along the crazy side now than just like the side that wants to do anything for her husband. I Yeah. Yeah. So what did you think about Mini C?
I like that we found out why she's doing what she's doing. Um, and obviously, if you're watching this, you should know there's going to be spoilers. But I like how we found out that uh, the arms that she uses are her husband's arms. That's really, I mean, I remember she was sitting in her car and like her husband's arms were wrapped around her, and you're like, that's just creepy.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. To me, anyway. Granted, obviously she's experienced tremendous loss, and that could that could be why she's going down this route. And it seems that she wants that she believes that Sana is the key to bringing back her husband, right? Is that what we're getting out of this?
Yeah, because I think she found out that Sana can. All right, so we learned that each Alice, Dream of Alice, gets a card, and that's like their power. Well, Sana happens to have every card imaginable, so she's like the supreme being in all this. So, Minnie C, her thinking is that she Sana can bring back her husband using her plethora of cards. I think.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me. It's each one has their own abilities. Like one can use chains, one can shoot arrows. Looks like the boy can anything he draws, he can make. Uh, Mini C can bring can use arms that are modeled after her husband. I don't think they are her husband's arms. I think that that's her ability, and she modeled her arms after her husband, right? Is that what you think as well, or you think that her husband's a part of her?
See, that's a tough one. I uh I want to go with the that I think those are her husband's arms because she she never had that her power until after her husband died, and I don't know. I mean, it could. I,
Okay.
I don't know. It'd be interesting if like she found like a new love, if those arms would change into her new lover's arms. But I doubt we'll see that. Um,
Yeah, yeah. She seems way too attached to fall in love again. But go on.
now what so what did you think about um Zoroku? He called his old friend, and that old friend turns out to work for the
It,
same people that were trying to save Sana in the first episode. Now,
yep.
do you think this is like a greater, uh, like a grand scheme? Like, I'm trying to explain. Like, do you think this is way too coincidental or what?
I so are you asking me if I think that the people who are claiming to help Sana are actually good? Is that what you're asking me?
No, no. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like writing, like story writing, do you think it's way too like obvious? If do you understand what I'm saying? Like, all right, so
Not
she
really,
just
no.
so happens to run into a guy who knows someone who's working for the same agency that's tried to save her. To me, that seems too like lines up too perfectly.
Okay, so okay. I think there's definitely some plot
Yeah,
convenience
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah,
If
yeah.
that's what you're getting at. I I think there's there's got to be something more to Zoroku, right? Because like we may be overshooting, and we may be just like making theories where theories aren't needed. But I'm under the impression that Zoroku maybe maybe Zoroku is there's definitely I think there's a connection with him and and the dreams of Alice because I don't know if you remember the last episode. I didn't really take this as anything. Um, Last episode when Ryu, Zoroku's friend, is in the car with his assistant. They're talking and how Ryu says that he when he met Zoroku that he was yelling at two little girls, and this happened like what 50 like 10 15 years ago. But then he says he hasn't spoken to Zoroku in 3 years, so I know it wasn't when he was yelling at Sana and the two twins. So I think maybe this is just a random theory that's not going to go anywhere. But I think Zoroku definitely has something to do with the organization, either one of the organizations,
O- Okay,
if that's
okay.
where you're getting at.
Yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, I mean, the name of the anime is Alice and Zoroku. So, and Alice isn't Sana. Alice is the gifts, like the power itself. So, I guess it'd be the power and
Yeah.
Zoroku. So, I definitely, I think you're on the right track overall, for sure, for sure. Now, I guess let's touch on the fact that where how do you think Sana is going to get rescued? Because um, she gets
Okay.
kidnapped, and how do you think she's
Yep.
going to get rescued, or is she
The missing pig.
the missing pig?
Is Yeah. Okay. So remember when they were taking all the
Yeah.
pigs away, right? There was a pig that had some spots on it that didn't look like all the other pigs. But when they take away the pigs in the back of the car, one of the guys like, "Hey, I thought there was a different pig that didn't look like the rest of them here." And then we hear, or before that, we hear Sana and the one guy talking about like, what if she used her power on that pig again? So it's gonna be the pig. Something to do with the pig. Don't know how it's gonna happen, but the pig will play a role in next week's episode.
Okay. Yeah, I
What do you
definitely
think?
can see that for sure. Um, yeah, because that pig was different from all the other ones, like you're saying, and maybe like I don't know, she changes places with it or something along those lines. I don't know. I was thinking like I think the I don't think we know her name yet, but the the girl who tried to save her in the first episode and the one that appeared in this episode who has Alice powers.
So, yeah, the one with the
Yeah,
blue
yep,
thing, right? The blue
the blue portal
Alice
thing.
thing. Yeah.
Um, I think she's gonna find the truck and like save her from there. So,
Okay.
um, is that all you got?
Yeah, I'm I'm just this is again. I think I've said this last 2 weeks with this. Like this is the one show where I, obviously I haven't read the manga, so Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia, I know nothing of what's happening, and I feel like I don't know where this show is going, and I love that about it. So personally, this is my favorite show of the season.
Yeah,
Still,
I definitely agree with you there. I'm in the same boat as you. This easily it's either one or two for me. I don't know what would be. Uh, Actually, this is probably number one overall. But yeah, definitely if you enjoy this episode, check it out. Alice and Zoroku is by far one of the best shows currently airing. Um, and yeah, it will definitely make you think and play with your emotions. So, um, anyways, we'll get on out of here. Hope you have a good one. This is Black on White Out, signing out.